She used to stare at her upper arms in the mirror, wondering why they didn't look more delicate, why they didn't melt away the way she hoped they would after effort, after time, after trying so hard. But what if they weren't meant to disappear? What if they were trying to tell her something? What if those arms weren't a flaw, but a signal? Her upper arms were never just a shape. They were a message. A message from her body, carrying a weight of everything unspoken, undone, unseen. Her upper arms live between her heart and her hands, the bridge between what she feels and what she does, between the tenderness inside her and the action she never quite takes. They are the threshold of her creative power and her hesitation, the place where her doing gets paused and her feeling gets trapped. And so they become full, loaded, tense. Not because she failed, but because she held too much. She held the silence, the ideas she never shared, the truth she watered down. She held the roles, the responsibilities, the pressure to hold everything together. She became the emotional backhorse, carrying more than was ever hers to carry, smiling while her arms screamed. And yet she judged them. She wrapped them in sleeves. She pulled cardigans over them in summer. She turned away from the cameras, hoping her arms wouldn't be seen. She believed they made her less, when really they revealed how much she was still holding back. Her arms were never too big. They were too full of potential, of expression, of action that was waiting to be born. What if her arms are not a punishment, but a pause, a sacred pause, from a life where she forgot her power, a place where her soul stored the unmet desire to do something that matters, not just to work, not just to survive, but to create, to touch, to express, to build something that feels like her. She's not too much. Her arms are not too much. They are the living memory of everything she held back, because she thought the world couldn't handle her fullness. But what if she no longer needed to shrink to be safe? What if her bigness was her beginning? She places her hands on her upper arms, and for the first time, not to measure them, not to scold them, but to speak to them, she says, I see you. You have carried so much, so many unspoken thoughts, so many ideas that never had a space to land. I thank you for your strength, but I release you now from the service of tension. I no longer have to hold it all in. You're allowed to flow. I'm ready to use my power gently, not against myself, but for myself. And with that, something shifts. Not just in her arms, but in her soul. Strength does not mean tension. It means intention. It means choosing what to carry and what to let go. It means using her arms to write the thing, to paint the thing, to build the thing, to reach for what nourishes her, to finally hold herself without armor, without apology. She is ready to move, not with force, but with devotion, not with pressure, but with presence. Her upper arms no longer need to be hidden. They no longer need to be smaller. They simply need to be free, free to unfold, free to soften, free to be visible in motion. She's not here to shrink. She's here to shape the world, gently, boldly, with the power she once suppressed. Her body was never the enemy, it was the oracle. And her arms, they've waited long enough. And maybe these words weren't just about her. Maybe they were for you. Maybe your upper arms carry more than you realized. Maybe they are not your flaw, but your fierce, quiet archive of everything you have ever felt but didn't act on. Of every dream you paused because the world asked you to be smaller. Of every truth you still carry inside you, waiting. You're not broken, you're not behind. You're brimming with unrealized power. Not power that pushes, but power that creates. Power that shapes. Power that reaches out not for approval, but for truth. Your arms are ready. You are ready to no longer carry the weight, but to move with intention, to express, to touch, to bring into form what only you can bring. This is your moment to stop hiding the parts of you that are strong, to stop apologizing for your fullness, to let your body become your voice. You are allowed to be seen. Remember who you are.